Today we're alongside the Mercedes G63 AMG. We're going to see how much fun you can have with this. It's definitely a really unique car. Is this a good buy? Where does it sit in the market? How does this car compare to some other luxury SUVs? Is this a car for the future, or is this car on its last legs? Obviously driving this car, it's a lot of fun. A massive car, it's really big, feels a bit like a tank. A luxury SUV, really built for the Autobahn. I wouldn't take it off-road, quite stable. Obviously you can change your settings for the suspension and you can stiffen things up for sporty driving, or you can soften them up to stay nice and comfortable. You've got that awesome twin turbo V8, the classic AMG Mercedes sound. So you can have a lot of fun when you've got a heavy right foot. There's plenty of good sounds to listen to. This car is really quick in a straight line. Maybe slightly more stable than other SUVs around corners, but at the end of the day, it's so tall, I wouldn't want to go throwing this around a corner because it's not going to stay upright. It wouldn't be so tall pretty soon after that. Sort of car that's slightly exotic. It turns a lot of heads. A lot of people look at you when you drive around in this thing and it sounds amazing. The shape is really cool because no one expects a boxy SUV to be so premium or so luxurious. It's definitely got that wow factor. It's got the unique feeling. It stands out. It's so different to every other car. It does feel like something quite special. As you can see, when you put your foot down, the whole car squats. It's very fast. It's funny because once you've done one hard acceleration, it won't shift up anymore. You can put your foot down, and then once you've lifted off and you want it to drop into a higher gear, let the revs fall, but it doesn't want to. It stays resting at 4,000, 5,000 RPM, but you can change the gearbox settings. A lot of people are sort of unsure on the purpose behind this car. That's the one thing I'm still trying to work out is, where does this car sit in the market? Yeah, it's interesting because this car is not as comfortable as you might think. The ride is very bumpy, and that's not what you would expect with a car that sits this high off the ground. It's not designed to be a track weapon or anything. It's interesting because Mercedes still give you the options of low range, diff lock and everything, but why would you need to lock the diff? Because you're not going to take this car off-road. It's a bit of a surprise that they even bother with that sort of feature. This car is made for the road, but somehow it's not as comfortable as it should be. I feel like this car lacks direction in exactly what it's trying to be, and that's the major flaw with this car, is it just doesn't have any direction. Is it a sports car? Is it an off-road car? Is it a luxury SUV? It kind of taps into different areas, but it doesn't have a clear path on what it actually is meant to be. It's got elements of being a sports car. They try to stiffen up the suspension to make it handle better, but it's not a sports car for a track. That's one area that they've tapped into. Then there's the off-road vehicle. It's not an off-road vehicle, but they are trying to be. They're showing elements of an off-road vehicle, like your diff lock and your low range mode, but it's really not an off-road vehicle. Then you've got the ultra luxurious SUV side. Yeah, obviously this place it's a nice car to sit in, but I've been in much more comfortable cars than this. If I was being really picky, I'd say the suspension is too stiff and you'd want something that's a little bit more comfortable. But that's where I think this car has its downfall, is it doesn't really know what it wants to be. No other brand has made a car like it. But on the flip side, it just makes you smile. It's so much fun to drive. It's an absolute machine. It sounds awesome. It looks great. It turns heads. Once you step inside the cabin, you'll notice it's a really nice place to sit. A nice, bulky, strong, tough design. You've got the usual Mercedes interface, which allows you to customize the screen in front of the dash. You can have maps, or you can have your speed or your gears or your vehicle data, G-force, fuel consumption, that sort of thing. And then you can play around with the settings of your transmission, the engine tune, the exhaust, the suspension. You can get right into all the data and all of the technology, the details if you're interested. You got cool carbon fiber touches everywhere. Vents look good. You got a beautiful IWC clock down the bottom here. It feels like a small steering wheel for a car this size, but feels good. Your hands sit over it really nicely. I absolutely love the spec that we've got today. The red leather on the seats looks so good. The seats are so comfortable. As you're going around a corner, the side bolstering pushes you so you don't lean too much in your seat. It's pretty important with a car like this because the thing's so bloody tall that the car's going to lean either way. So it's really good to have that little extra bit of support on the side. In the front seat, you've got heated and ventilated seats. You've got a sunroof which tilts up and down and goes backwards and forwards. All the buttons still premium. The steering wheel will lift up when you want to get out of the car and it'll tilt back down as you get in. You sit really high up. The waistline is pretty low, so you feel like you're above everyone else on the road. This car has road presence written all over it. The way you sit in it, the way it looks from the outside as well. Nothing on the inside feels cheap. Even like the roof, you get that nice Alcantara feel. You get the red stitching from the seats comes through in the dashboard as well. You get 360 cameras. You can open up the exhaust valves. You can change your driver settings through comfort mode, individual mode, sports and sports plus. You can adjust the suspension and traction control. All these gadgets that you'd expect in a premium car. The thing is with this car, it does feel luxurious, but if you're in a Bentley, for example, it'd be much more luxurious. It does feel sporty, but it's not like a Cayenne Turbo or an RS Q8 or a BMW XM. It does feel like an off-road vehicle, but it's not like a Land Rover. It doesn't feel anywhere near it. This car touches different areas, but it doesn't feel like it has a true belonging. It doesn't actually fully commit to one type of vehicle, and that's what makes it unique. That's its downfall as well. It doesn't have full commitment. It doesn't know what it's meant to be. It's an interesting choice from Mercedes, but on the flip side, they do have a car that other brands haven't really made, and they do sell these cars. Not a whole lot of them, but they do sell. Overall, I can understand the desire behind this car. It's an intriguing car. It's so unique. It sounds good. There's no other car quite like this. It obviously gets a lot of buyers interested. To chuck the AMG V8 in this car is such a cool idea. It feels so special. It looks quite special, but this car lacks clarity. It doesn't have a specific role. It's not a sports car. It's not a luxury car, not an off-road car. It's a bit of everything, and they've chucked it all together in this massive boxy SUV. It's a bit of a crazy idea. However, I do really like the car. It's a great cruising car, a little bit impractical. I wouldn't want to drive it every single day, but it is a special vehicle. I'd love to take it out on the weekend. A lot of motoring enthusiasts really appreciate this car because it is awesome what Mercedes have done, putting such a powerful engine in a car like this for a bit of fun. It's a cool idea. It is such a unique and awesome car. I love it.